Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Capital. Gonna take a look here at the western part of Dearborn Heights, the Ecorse Creek / river. They're supposed to build a water retention pond over here next to this Champion Church, which, while it was a school at one time, I think an elementary school, whether the church is still operational out of there, I don't know. Here's the mac and cheese I got from the soul food place at the gas station on Michigan Avenue. Man, that's cheesy stuff. That was really, really good. All right, well, the Ecorse Creek running through here, and there was heavy snow melt on this particular day. But, yeah, I could have walked right across there from one end to the other. Could have reached out to the other side. But yeah, they would, from here, they would dig a ditch or have a pump and pump it across, what was this, Annapolis or Powers? It might be Powers. Pump it behind my car there and have a retention pond. And that would help flooding downstream from the Ecorse Creek. Historically, it floods around Southfield Freeway and Outer Drive. It gets really bad over there in Dearborn Heights and Allen Park. And I'm sure people would be all excited. Yeah, it would go across here, big retention pond. They had meetings at Annapolis High School. It was probably about 2018. It was pre-COVID. And they said, oh, they got a game plan. They're going to work on it. It's a 10-year plan. And they haven't done anything yet. So that's urban planning, and I'll have to get back to that subject later. But here is the second night of the Corktown Music Festival. Apparently, it was the Hamtramck Music Festival, and they had issues with the city or with the bars. I don't know what it is, but they said we're moving it to Corktown, so Hamtramck's loss is Corktown's gain. But anyways, here we are. It's an all-American event here. This is the corner, and it used to be where Tiger Stadium, and if you could hit a monster home run, it landed on the roof of Brooks Lumber. They got a cool water tower over here. Yeah, I'm getting the lay of the land first, but we're going to get into some music action. There's the hotel for the Motor City Casino, and they do a great job with the neon, well, not neon, LED lights, I guess. I like the shape of this shed / warehouse. But yeah, the water tower is the focus. But yeah, it's $20 for this music festival for 2 nights. And it's like, are you kidding me? You know what it costs to go to a concert these days? It's through the roof. So $20 to check out all these different bands, and you stick around if you like it, and if not, you move on and check things out. It's a great way to explore. Here's a mural on the back side of one of these buildings. So interesting art. Ooh, sin. Yikes. Yeah, there's always the kind of thing between good and evil and so forth. And for the most part, I'm good, but I do have an evil twin. And anyways, to the music here. Yeah, they have a little back 40 out here where you can chill. Here was the lineup for Saturday. On this, and then they had two stages at some places, like here. So one band's playing and the other one's tearing down or setting up, and vice versa. They alternate. Across the street to the Lager House, and so this is a different venue, but they got two stages here. The main stage, which you can keep an eye on with the TV, and then they're warming up and getting ready here on the stage in the restaurant bar area. They have a nice ceiling and nice corner molding, and then they have a weekly special. Got the soup thing there and various drafts. Heavy Black Metal. That's a good name for a beer. Then, this weekend, this was the poster, and I don't know if it's like the first annual or if they're going to carry it over from Hamtramck, how they're going to name this. It didn't have a thing on there with how many times they've had it. Here, Jack White. Well, he does a good thing by Detroit. He put up some money for the Hamtramck Stadium, which is operational now. The Detroit Stars played there back in the day. But, yeah, this is a great venue here, PJ's Lager House. I-75, if you can read it through all the stickers, look at that. But yeah, a lot of local bands marked their turf, and here was one of the singers in the band. You had to be careful walking out back because there's a lot of puddle action. We had the big snowstorm the night before, and a lot of it melted on Saturdays, so puddles galore. Across the street on Michigan Avenue, here's the Yard, and I'll have to step inside and check that out one of these days. They got some big dye in there. Out of a Via, that's Italian for 8th Street, or 8th something. And then that's right next door here to Nemo's, and they harken back to a simpler time, 1883. I wasn't even born then. Wow, that is like really old. Here we're checking on the time, and it looks like they're good to go. I like that. They got some light action. This house is behind the thing. It's a little hidden gem, but look at all the little detail here. That cute little window up top. Yeah, cool place. Now, UFO Factory. Yeah, I wanted to check this place out. A band is supposed to play there in about a week or so. I'm going to see if I can't check that out and catch some more live music. They got some nice curved glass windows in the front. They were going to tear this place down. They wanted to tear it out so they could put those condos. Instead, they worked around them and did like a horseshoe around them. And it's a great little bar. And they have like, I'll show it later, maybe next show, Godzilla movies. All right, well, the corner ballpark, if you can read backwards, but yeah, looking through the fence here. And Brooks Lumber. Yeah, I remember walking around these parts back in the teenage and 20s and 30s. Yeah, bleacher creature action. Oh, yeah. This is like urban planning here, too. Things are popping up like weeds. Free, not free weed, it's plural. Free weeds, but you have to pick your own. That's not a good deal. Yeah, I think that was kind of like bad advertising. I didn't like that. Wow. All right, well, somebody professing their love to somebody, they had the heart. Again, yeah, urban planning. North Corktown, this area is gonna kind of explode. It's not just the downtown or midtown or new center. It's popping up in all number of neighborhoods. Corktown's been good lately, but North Corktown is getting discovered, and so and we're going to see other neighborhoods too. Urban planning is happening everywhere. All right, little self-promotion. You are watching Motor Capital. And then this was a good deal, I think, $5 patties. So, yeah, they were getting ready. Oh, we're going to get some music here. Yeah, I got a late start on Saturday. It was, yeah, I got to get into a routine here and figure out how to cover these festivals because these could be a lot of fun. Plus, live music always works out. But I'm taking notes here and seeing how they do it all because in the future, I'm thinking I might present a proposal to the city of Inkster and we could have a cool-ass blues festival there in the heat of the summer, like August, when it's real hot. Do some blues action. Yeah, so I didn't get much music there, but, damn. I'll be back, though. But I have the late night munchies. That's a Dirty Show neon thing that I got. Well, LED. Keep saying neon, but from the Dirty Show, which they have at the Russell Industrial Center. But anyways, that's their logo. And I really like that piece of art, actually. It's a little risque, It's on the edge. I think my evil twin had something to do when he decided he wanted that. Here, though, with the clouds going in front, it was close to a full moon, like 98 or 99%. Within hours of the actual time, but yeah, I was just mesmerized. So yeah, this is an interlude. You probably could run to the fridge and get yourself a beverage because yeah, what am I showing here? Yeah, still the moon. Yeah, it's kind of hiding behind those clouds. There's some dark clouds. And, yeah, and people act different when there's a full moon, right? All right. Home. Oh, that's where the home team. This is urban planning Inkster style. This was their hockey arena. Yeah, look at it's an artistic pattern here with the roof. They were people working, cleaning the walls, like power washing or sandblasting, whatever they got going there. Yeah, their civic arena, but the last use is a hockey stadium. But talk to the guy, they're making it into indoor soccer. So yeah, I really want to do the urban planning in Inkster. That's more bite size. It's kind of a square city, 2.5 miles by 2.5 miles, and it's small enough that you can get to the nitty-gritty and kind of say what the city can do for urban planning, and it's not too big that you're overwhelmed. So I might start off small with the square city and then here and there get back to Detroit. That's That's the big D. All right, yeah, but they're working on this civic arena in a couple months, yeah. So they'll be playing indoor soccer. You can bounce it off the walls. I think that's more exciting, actually. The ball's not always going out of bounds and stuff. You can have deflection plays, and I doubt they have 11 players on a team. I'm not sure, maybe 5 or 6, which would open the game up more, make it more exciting. Maybe they could have professional leagues. I would get into watching that. As opposed to, God, I like the World Cup. It's kind of like the March Madness kind of thing, but for soccer and international. You got teams from all the countries around the world. It's great. And in 2026, they'll be in the U.S., Mexico, and Canada, and there'll be 48 countries. So the soccer is going to be cool, but they need to tweak it. I've watched too many games that are 0-0 or 1-0 because somebody scores a goal and then they play defense the rest of the game, and boring. But some people, it's the beautiful game. Some people like it like that. I say you can tweak it, you can improve it. Here's the giant tire. We should make this into a pure Michigan rest area. Be a little tricky having the exit and entrance ramps, but it's still doable. And there's some issues. You got the Ecorse Creek that runs by there. You got the train tracks, and you got power lines. So it's a little tricky. But if you know what they say, if you can send someone to the moon, right? We can figure this out. All right, off in the distance, Ambassador Bridge. You know, I'm going straight back to Corktown. This was on Tuesday, and behind the sign here, it's glowing. But the I look a lot of times. I said Michigan Central Station, or I'd say Michigan Central Depot. And it's officially the Michigan Central Station, I guess, is what they're going for. But I'm going to go there because there's a function at the junction. This is a big to-do. And they have a red light district here. It's kind of hard to get that in focus. Tekoi. Detour ahead, those are the best. Every chance I get, I like to take the detour. There's always so much to see in the D. So I like taking tours. And no set program. You just go with the flow. This is a fairly new restaurant, and it's really cool. They have a little place for banquets or fun, and then an outdoor patio area. It's going to be kicking this summer. A lot of places are going to be kicking because we got through with the COVID. Now things are just going to explode. Detroit was on a real upswell, and then COVID hit. But this neighborhood especially is going to be great with the new train station. Well, and I don't think they're using trains anymore, unfortunately. But, God, they could have had a couple floors for hotel rooms, too. That would have worked. This place, a church, building for sale. Well, I bet they're asking a pretty penny. When you're talking location. This has been a hot area for a while, ever since Ford said they were going to do that and make the investment. And they're working well with the neighboring communities, the Mexican Town area, in the Corktown neighborhood, and Hubbard's Richard or whatnot, and working within the community to figure it all out, which is great. That's all urban planning. Gotta love that. Here, National Rent-A-Fence, and I thought I could get a nice view from the plaza out here, but it was not to be because they had a big big fence around the place. Here, Duggan still owes us for the $600 million over taxation. This guy was running this out of his pickup truck right here in his Ford Ranger pickup truck. He's got one of these laser beam type things, and he's throwing it up. That was a nice canvas. Some work went into pulling that off, so he got his point across. Here's in front of the Michigan Central Station. I might call it Depot every now and then, but you kind of get the idea. Opportunity Rising, and it's the Roosevelt Park Unificado, a unified park, yeah, which is great. When back in the day, uh, when we'd go to Tiger games, sometimes we'd park out in front here on one of these streets. There'd be uh, there'd be the panhandlers and what, but there'd be people willing to watch your car for like $5. I don't know how much watching of the car they did, but yeah, if you almost didn't pay them, you had to have that thought in the back of your mind. But that, anyways, here's a nice look at the train station again. The laser beam. This is the CPA building. It's a nice triangular building with a couple of truncated corners, but sale or ground lease. So I bet they're asking for a pretty penny too, but they've known that for quite some time. Anyways, the State of the City address is taking place. It started at 7 p.m., and there were all number of law enforcement people running around and keeping the riffraff out, so they were chasing me all over the place. Go here or do this, don't do that. Can you? No, they were pretty good, but I just wanted to see. I would have loved to have been present to actually watch the meeting. The mayor has been awarded a second term, Mike Duggan, and there's the Bad Moon Rising there. But yeah, when Ford gets this done, either in 2024 or 2025, I think they're on schedule. Local 4, God, they got cameras inside. I was jealous. But yeah, it looks good in the light here. At least the one side does. And then the Roosevelt building here, they used to play hockey in the basement. It would flood, and then the lower level, it would freeze over in the winter, and they'd have pickup games of hockey. You had to watch for the cement post in the middle of the hockey rink. But it was cool until they found a dead body in an elevator shaft, and that nixed that whole thing out. But yeah, it's got that history. Weird, yeah, kind of a weird story, but yeah, they fixed that building up and it looks great now. And a couple days after, this was Tuesday, but on the following Sunday, or 5 days later, they had the St. Patrick's Day parade. So I'll be back and catch this more in the daytime, be able to see it real good. Here's a bike company, and they repair, sell, do all that happy stuff. So if you're into bike riding, and who isn't, but Detroit's getting into it. They have all these bike lanes, and which is great. And the young whippersnappers figure, yeah, a lot of them, if they can get situated right, they can get by with a bike and every now and then use an Uber or whatnot. And there's a huge expense having a car. So if you can save yourself from buying the car and then the insurance and the gas and the maintenance, the tires, all that happy shit. If you can save yourself from that, it's more money to do other things. Oh, they got bacon, burgers, hand-cut fries, milkshakes. Oh, my gosh. Hot dogs. Oh, they're checking one thing right after the other. They're checking all the, like, my wish list for everything. So I just couldn't resist. I stepped inside, and I was looking at their menu. They got a Detroit hot dog and a Chicago one. And then we'll look at the burgers here, the juicy Southwest Detroit. Got a rodeo burger, and then it says cowboy candy. I wonder if they ever get any questions as to what that is, but I would ask first before you order it. But then anyways, I asked if they could put the State of the City on TV. And so this is Channel 7's version, and this was great. He's got picture on the side, but then having the graphics and the pictures is awesome, so you can follow along even though the sound wasn't working or they didn't turn it up. Look inside the train station. That's great. And that's Coleman Young Jr. He's probably mayor in waiting. But they talk about the millage rates. Detroit is extremely high for their millage rates, and so as property values go up, they might look at lowering the millage rate for people. They always voted for tax increases for schools. I give them credit. People want good city services, but they have a high millage rate. So, the Mercury Bar, and this is the smallest like version of artwork. That's a beautiful piece, you know. And I collected coins, but there's some older coins with just the beautiful female image or whatnot. And it's the Mercury dime is well known. Yeah, the mayor's talking about. Look at all this. This was like a urban renewal or an urban planning total dream. People were clapping and stuff, all the progress the city is making. Yeah. Well, let's see if we can listen a little bit.
You could just go there and hang out.
Yeah. You have reservations? Thank you for putting it that way. Yeah. There's never that sort of stuff. We planned ahead. I really like to go.
Yeah, it lasted like an hour long. I guess that was the time slot, and then they had to get back to their prime time programming. But Werner's, I like, and this is a great mural here, too. Art is everywhere, as it should be. And this is a nice little establishment. It's right across the street from Slows. They got, well, it's missing one of the horns. I don't know what happened there. Squirt, I remember this, America's Sweet Tart. The cool, yeah. That's a neat sign. And then check out the door handle here. These are awesome. Is that like an elephant with a Mexican hat or a lizard or something? But yeah, look kind of like this elephant with its trunk. Yeah, lighting is great, and at night you're advertising your business and so forth. So let people know what you're up to. So they got a few bikes here in the window. Goodyear tires. That's a recognizable logo. The Mercury thing was recognizable for FTD. It was one of the most recognizable corporate symbols. There's patterns everywhere. And then off in the distance, the White Castle. Oh, yeah. Look at 10 original sliders for $9.20. So doing the math, it's like 92 cents each, right? Is my math correct? But we'll look at the sign here later. We'll get to it. Detroit Barbers. This is a neat looking place inside, and I like the lighting. Yeah, so some nice small businesses. Look at that. A chandelier. Now that's getting fancy. Lucky. Want to get lucky? All right, well then advertising for the Galaxy S23. I have an old Samsung phone. I don't know, they're running a promotion. I guess any condition it could get updated, but I hardly use the phone for all the features that they have on them. The Sugar House, I love the name. And then the Fleur de Lis. And then lighting here. But yeah, I wanted to check out the hood after the big state of the city. And man, by all accounts, the city's got a lot of good things, a lot of positive things happening. I'll have to go back. I can watch it online. I haven't done that yet, but I want to listen to the whole context of the speech. All right, so people were leaving the event. And so, yeah, a very big cop presence. They kept the riffraff, including the evil twin, far, far away from the dignitaries. But, yeah, function at the junction. And, yeah, that sounds great, just hearing good news about the city. Because, like, for so many years, there were so many negative stories. And there's still quite a few people that will toss out those negative stories. But all in all, it's going in a positive direction. Here they're making, this is an interesting, they're working on this out of containers, making a to-do, like a housing place. But, yeah, I'm walking back to where I parked and so, for mature audiences only, it looks like a mermaid and a dude with the underwater suit are about to make love. Just saying. But yeah, here they got the room in the back. Takoi. And it was Katoi before. They changed the name. Interesting story there. They got a big security fence though, so it's almost like a prison fence, you know. All they need is the barbed wire across the top for the magic touch. But yeah. Well, they had a break-in years ago or a fire or some situation, so they're probably overly cautious. What must I do to be saved? Well, that's a question asked all the time, but there's your answer. And, well, I had the munchies, and Nemo's has a good burger, so I knew that, and so, yeah, 1883. Yeah, that's super old. The number 3 sports bar in America, well, they can put a feather in their cap for that. Oh, I want to show you the schedule. Tiger Stadium. Yeah, I remember those days. Okay, here's the burger, hot off the grill, and then I got different condiments and sauces. And you know what? Usually ketchup and all that, but I decided A1 sauce, kind of make it have that steak burger thing. Gently place the onions there, follow it up with the tomato, and then the lettuce. And there you have it. Bon appetit. All right, ball game today. Let's do it. Game on. And Babe Ruth's birthday party. This must have been, he must have hung out here a little bit, Babe Ruth. So it was fairly close to the stadium. So I imagine, yeah, when they left the ballpark, they could just walk down here and have a beer. Oh, look at Leon. He has that toothy grin. Here's like my hero, well, at least in 1968, Denny McLean. My first name's Dennis, so sometimes I would get confused or people would say Denny, but yeah, he was all the rage in 68. Look at the schedule here. They started with Boston on April 9th, and this is when you had 10 teams in each league, so the American League. So they played each team 18 times, was it? 9? Yeah. Each team 18 times. And then you see New York, which is cool. They played New York 18 times. And then there was Washington back there. The Hall of Fame game was in Cooperstown. I guess that's what they called it. Now they call it the All-Star, unless I'm thinking of something else. Chicago in Milwaukee, that seems weird. California, it wasn't like the LA Angels, it was California. And then back then you could see a doubleheader in the same price, but now they separate the games, so you'd have to pay twice. But man, back in the day, that would be the ticket, wouldn't it? There's our captain, Gordy. We're going to have a bridge named after him, and that'll be ready in a couple years. We'll have urban planning updates on the bridge also. But Nemo certainly is dripping with history. And then college football, they're bohemians over here. But yeah, you get a good mix of Detroiters, young and old, and people that have, like, been around the block kind of thing. But yeah, look at here, the Babe. So they got some pictures of him up there. And then everybody's Irish now. I'm doing the audio here on St. Patrick's Day, but geez, it's not just one day anymore. It's like a week-long thing. Yeah, but the Babe, what paid homage to him. DET.com. And Water Winter Wonderland, for sure. Now we have to give props to the Detroit area. Well, I'm going to go to West Chicago. But yeah, I have to head for home. But that's interesting. I wonder if Chicago has the signs that say Detroit this way. But yeah, you'd think maybe Ann Arbor or Kalamazoo, but yeah, they say Chicago. But Detroit, yes, that's what we want. Here's the football-inspired bridge. And you can tell because there's a bunch of footballs done up in the top. All right, well, this is always going to be like my approach to Detroit here, and I'll go by that bridge and then the giant tire, and I'll ad nauseum state that we should have a Pure Michigan rest area, and people stop there and take a selfie with the giant tire. Why not? Kids love it. And then older kids like me love it too. But that's, with me, it's simple minds, simple pleasures kind of a thing. But, okay, well, I wanted to check this place out. Came back, or was there the week prior in a big snowstorm. And so no function at the junction on that thing. It was canceled. But they said they had a thing for a fundraiser to send 4 different groups to South by Southwest in Austin, Texas. So I parked under the street light here, and I'm doing urban planning in this neighborhood. There's a lot of empty lots. There's potential here for you to just buy up a lot or two, put up a home like you'd want it, design it your way, and, well, you'd pay a little more, but you'd be in the heart of Detroit. All right, so the street lights, they got the LED lights. All right, I hit a little glitch there, but here now, yeah, I am here right now. We're going to catch a few bands, 3 actually, perform here. I think they got artist lofts up top. But, yeah, this neighborhood, I think, yeah, property values are going up in Detroit. And there might... Oops, what am I showing there? Oh, that's where the entrance is. But, yeah, I'm going to go inside. And, yeah, Austin has a huge music festival, computers, all number of things. South by Southwest, see, it's a fundraiser. And so here's some of, there's 4 groups. I catch like 3 of them. It was $10. So that's affordable, too. And you see local music acts, and they must have some merit if they're going by to Austin. Why not? They have some artwork adorning the wall, so I'm just taking a peek. And then here's like the performance room here.
Tell me what you wanna do, 'cause I can't be alone with you. Without you,
Yeah, this is on a Thursday night, and gosh, like, it was $10 to get in, but they had 4 bands and an intimate surroundings, and then plus they had food. So first, we're going to take a look at a map here. This is Austin, Texas, and this band, along with the 3 others, are going to Austin to perform. And I have to ask myself, well, why can't we have like a similar convention or something with the Detroit flavor in the city of Detroit? They got a cool river going through there. I-35 is north-south expressway. Here's the river. They have bats that like one of the bridges. So in the fall, here's the downtown area. 6th Street is the street where a lot of the action is. It's like Mardi Gras, like Western style kind of thing, or cowboy style. But Austin is a kick-ass city. University of Texas is up there. They have the state capitol. Very progressive city. You wouldn't expect Texas. Texas is a lot of red and so forth, but they're very Austin's a hip city, very progressive. They got a cool park down by the river. They have a big Christmas festival. You can kayak or canoe on that river. Here's the Detroit map. I picked these maps up at AAA because I have one of the road club memberships, so I always hit them up for maps. But the Detroit metro area, boy, we could have a big-ass festival in Detroit. I think I'm going to start with Inkster first, and then we'll go from there. Here, the downtown loop. They're going to take that section of 375 out pretty soon. All right, well, I wanted to check on the food choices here. Let's take a look-see.
And the first one. Also, we have salmon burgers, kind of wrapped up here a little bit. But we have salmon burgers. This is also made from jackfruit.
Okay.
And
The oh, yeah.
cheese.
World famous, maybe?
World famous.
Oh. Oh, I'm just checking this place out. Like Arnold would say, I'll be back. And they can serve Stroh's or PBR. So they had for $2. So if you wanted to chill a little bit and catch some music action, it didn't really set you back that much. $2 for a beer. That's probably might even be cheaper than at bar, actually. But I do the rum and cokes. But tonight, I splurged and got myself a beer. Oh, I decided on a sandwich, so we'll watch the preparation of my sandwich.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Oh, and they got a Wurlitzer in here. Check that out. Here are the South by Southwest fundraisers. So, in no particular order, I don't know. So, there were 3 bands. I didn't show the first one and didn't stick around for the last, but I'm not sure with the names. Yeah, this is the way it was on Thursday, March 9th. All right. Time to get into the Ford Focus. Yeah, so music is, man, that's going to be, that's like taking candy from a baby, getting live music. That always works. Okay, Boomer. Yeah, I got to laugh because I'm in that Boomer phase, and yeah, I'm afraid I might say something and somebody will react, yeah, okay, Boomer, which is laughable. I like that. All right, live blues here. Oh, that's a great establishment, but they had free music on Thursdays, and they kick butt. All right, well, I'm going to tear into the sandwich. I got to open it up and stuff, and everything. Barbecue sauce kind of got over. I says, it's going to be a little messy. I'm going to cut this in 2. So that's what I did. But, yeah, so it's more manageable. And I did like 1.5 or like 3/4 of it. I saved some for the next day, and leftovers rock. But hey, and then got some snow, and then the bird feeder's good. Neighbors across the street are getting ready for the Easter Bunny, I think. All right, Water Winter Wonderland for sure. Now this is a good deal, $6.99 plus tax, but you get the pizza and the sticks and the dipping sauce. Yeah, all American goodie. Yeah, Detroit style pizza. Let's do it. We can hang a feather in our cap for that too. We got good pizza. Detroit's got good fashion. We got good cars too. I'd like to say we're the motor capital of the world, but we got Motown music, and we got Coney Dogs, and we got Verner's and Fago. We got all sorts of stuff, but we need to promote the city a little more. But we could even have the red light district. Detroit's kind of got its own sexy style too. We got the Dirty Show, which is a good start. All right, so the parade, that was going to be later in the afternoon. That'll be for the next show, will be the St. Patrick's Day Parade. 313 Day is great that we promote that, and then the next day is Pie Day. But this, mark your calendar, Nain Rouge, and it's at high noon. Oh, and that runs in the Cass Corridor neighborhood. Oh, that's a lot of fun. All right, I'm going to have to round out the top of the hour. I only had like a minute and a half, but I got the maps out. Here's Inkster, 2.5 by 2.5. It's a square city, so that'd be perfect for me. Then they got the rail line that crisscrosses or bisects it. Michigan Avenue does the same thing, and then in a curly way, the lower Rouge River does it also. I live in Dearborn Heights, not far away. And then here's another map I picked up from the Chamber of Commerce. And they say connections, value, progress. So they're into the urban planning for Dearborn and Dearborn Heights, actually. This map showcases both cities along with some neighboring communities. And here's downtown Dearborn. And look, unless they changed the name, but if I can get that in focus, Greenville Village. I think it's still Greenfield Village. I had to check here on the larger map to see how they spelled it here, but again, it's Greenville. Maybe I missed the name change, or it's a typo. Could be that. All right, here's Eastbourne area, centered at Michigan and Schaefer. That's a cool neighborhood. I got to get out there. I got to get out more. Southfield cuts Dearborn kind of in the middle. It's kind of like their midtown, and then the Westbourne area. And so Michigan Avenue bisects the city. Folks, that's it. Good night. Thanks for watching.